right, you know what time it is. Live from the Bare Muscle Garage, it's time for the season premiere of Fit Crew. What do we got in store for you today? Let's go ahead and share this on screen. So we are kicking off this season with a boss battle. We're doing 3-minute rounds, 3 minutes on, 1 minute rest for 5 rounds. In the 3 minutes, we're doing 12 V-ups, 12 push-ups, 12 dumbbell power snatches, and then as many burpees over the dumbbell facing burpees as we can do. And then we're going to rest a minute and run that back for a total of 5 rounds. We may be looking at this thinking, man, that's a lot of work to get done in just 3 minutes time. I don't know if I'll make it that far. Don't worry, guys. As always, we're going to warm up really well. And we're going to go through all the options that will allow you to do this workout or your version of it right where you are, using what you have and doing what you can. But let's go ahead and start this general warm-up, which is going to activate the muscles that we are using in today's workout. And the first move we're going to do is glute bridges. And let's go ahead and have Twin 1 demonstrate 2 glute bridges for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the glute bridges are going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 glute bridges together. So on these glute bridges, we are laying on our back, face up. We've got the feet pulled in close to the hips. And we're going to squeeze those glutes and get the hips as high as we can, getting higher and higher each rep. And we want to think fast up, hold the top, slow on the way back down. So good job on these glute bridges. Next, we're going to roll over and hit some straight leg sit-ups. And let's go ahead and have Twin 1 demonstrate 2 straight leg sit-ups for us. And if we're doing this from the seated position, then the straight leg sit-ups are going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 straight leg sit-ups together. So on the straight leg sit-up, that could be a very challenging core movement for some of us, in which case we got you covered with some options. We can do some laying single leg raises, and let's have Twin 1 demonstrate here. We're laying on our back, we're pointing the toes, and we're going to raise that one leg all the way up to about 90 and then back down. And we're going to do 5 on one side, 5 on the other side. But if we're doing the straight leg sit-up as prescribed, we're taking a deep breath in, bracing that core, and we're swinging those arms forward, reaching toward the toes, and then going all the way back, getting those shoulder blades on the ground. So good job on these straight leg sit-ups or single leg raises, whichever version is better for us. Next, we've got some plank rows. And let's go ahead and have Twin 2 demonstrate 2 plank rows on each side. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the plank rows are going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 plank rows on each side. Now, it could be that doing this off the ground is a bit hard on the wrist, in which case we got you covered with some options. We can do this off of the incline, just like we see Deb doing here. It could be off a counter, off a sofa, or even off the wall. But we're going to be in an incline plank, rowing that fist into that chest, keeping the chest and hips square with that surface. But if we're doing the plank rows off the ground as prescribed, we're in a nice low plank, squeeze the gut, squeeze the butt, and we want to have no pikes or valleys, keeping the chest and the hips square with the ground as we're rowing the fists into the chest. So good job here on these plank rows. Next, we've got some walk the floors, and let's go ahead and have twin one demonstrate one walk the floor for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the walk the floor is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 5 walk the floors together. Now it could be a challenge getting all the way down to the ground, in which case we got you covered with some options. We could do this walk the floor down to the plank. Let's have twin one demonstrate here. We're going to reach down, touch those toes, walk out to a plank, then walk it back, and then reach back overhead. Or it could be that we do this off of an incline surface. Let's have twin one demonstrate here. We start with our feet up against the surface, and then we reach down, take a couple steps back, a couple steps forward, and then we clap overhead. But if we're doing this off the ground as prescribed, we're reaching down, getting to that plank, getting the chest and thighs on the ground, and then we are leading with the hips on the way back up, and then reaching back at the top. So good job on these walk the floors, whichever version is better for us. Next, we're going to grab a light dumbbell, 10 pounds or less, 5 kilos or less. If we don't have a light dumbbell, any other light common household object will do, such as a shoe, a teddy bear, a pillow, a water bottle, or whatever the case. But with this dumbbell in hand, let's have twin one demonstrate 2 reps of a one-arm deadlift starting from between the feet. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the one-arm deadlift is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 deadlifts, 5 on each side. So on this deadlift, the object is starting on the ground in between the feet, and we've got those hips super low, but the chest is up, shoulders back. We're looking straight ahead, and we're going to take a deep breath in to brace the core, and we're going to drive the ground away until we get to a fully standing, locked out position with those shoulders back at the top, and then we are bracing the core on the way back down as well. So good job here on these one-arm deadlifts. And finally, in the activation phase, we've got some strict press. And let's go ahead and have twin two demonstrate 2 reps of the strict press for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the strict press is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reps of the strict press together, 5 on each side. So on this strict press, we've got the dumbbell on the shoulder, elbow pointing forward. And we're going to take a deep breath in and brace that core as we press the arm up and back, getting that bicep into the ear. And then, of course, we're keeping that elbow pointing forward on the way back down as well. So good job here on the single dumbbell strict press. Well, that is it for the activation phase. Now we're going to move on to the movement prep, which is where we're going to practice specifically the 4 moves that we are doing in today's workout. The first move is going to be the V-up. And let's go ahead and have Twin 1 demonstrate 2 reps of the V-up for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the V-up is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reps of the V-up together. Now, it could be that, hey, you know what? Doing this with both legs is very challenging, in which case we can do the single leg V-up. Let's have Twin 1 demonstrate a couple practice reps here. We've got our arms behind us, legs out in front of us. We're going to take a deep breath in and brace that core, alternating legs. We're going to reach for one leg at a time, reaching for those toes. Or it could be, hey, you know what? Even this is still too challenging. We can do those single leg raises. Let's have Twin 1 remind us what that looks like. But if we're doing the V-up as prescribed, we're taking a deep breath in, reaching toward those toes. And if we're not reaching at least ankle level, then let's definitely modify and use one of the other options, as that would help us to get more range of motion and more results from this core movement. And so good job on the V-up or whatever version is better for you. The second move that we are doing today is push-ups. And let's go ahead and have Twin 2 demonstrate 2 reps of the push-up for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then we're going to grab that dumbbell and we're going to do a forward chest press like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 push-ups together. Now, it could be that doing this off the ground is a bit of a challenge for us, in which case we've got some options. We could do this off of an incline, just like we see Deb doing here. It could be a counter, a sofa, or even the wall. But we're going to lower our chest to that object and then press all the way back, keeping a nice incline plank throughout the movement. But if we're doing the push-up as prescribed, we have those chest and thighs on the ground. We're going to take a deep breath in, brace that core as we have the chest and the hips rise together. We want to avoid snaking or worming. And so if we see that start to happen, then let's switch at least some reps to the incline until we can get that plank position back. But good job here on these push-ups. The third move that we are doing today is the dumbbell power snatch. And so let's have Twin 1 demonstrate 3 reps of the snatch on the same arm for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the snatch is going to look like this. So let's all join in and let's do 10 reps of the snatch together, 5 on each arm. So on the snatch, that dumbbell is going to start on the ground in between the feet. And we've got the chest up, hips low, looking straight ahead, shoulders back. And then we're going to jump and punch that dumbbell overhead, getting the bicep into the ear at the top. And notice how we want to keep it close to the body, both on the way up and on the way back down. We don't want that arm to get way out ahead of us in front. Now, it could be that, you know what, hey, this is a lot of jump and land for me, in which case we don't have to actually jump and land. We can do the muscle snatch Let's have twin one demonstrate a couple muscle snatch for us. So same starting position, same finishing position, just without the jump and land. So good job here on whatever version of the snatch is better for you. And then lastly, the fourth move we are doing today is dumbbell facing over the dumbbell burpees. And let's go ahead and have twin one demonstrate this favorite movement of hers for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the burpee is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in here and let's do 6 practice reps of the over the dumbbell burpee. Now, just like in the warm-up, it could be that getting all the way down to the ground is a challenge for many of us, in which case we got you covered with some options. We could do the burpee down to the plank, and let's have Bubbles demonstrate here. And so we're going to get our hands down on the ground, and we're going to jump or step the feet back to a plank position. And then we can optionally jump or step over the dumbbell as we finish the rep. Or it could be that we choose to do some incline burpees. And let's have Deb demonstrate a couple reps here. And so we're going to have our feet up against an inclined surface. Then we're going to take a couple steps back. Optionally, we can include a push-up, and then we clap overhead. But if we are doing the over the dumbbell burpee as prescribed, we are getting chest and thighs to the ground, and then we are jumping over the dumbbell. If we're especially doing the RX intermediate or scaled version of this, we are looking for this to be a jump and not a step over the dumbbell for today. So good job here on whatever version of the burpee is better for you. Well, now it's ramp up time. If you've been earning badges and you'd like to add some weight to that dumbbell snatch to do either the scaled, intermediate, or RX weight in today's workout, then let's start to gradually add some weight, doing about 3 to 5 practice reps of the snatch on each arm, adding a little bit of weight each time until we get to the weight that we want to use for the workout today. But if we have not been earning badges, or we're just getting back into this after a long time off, then please, let's not add any weight. That super lightweight, 10 pounds or less, 5 kilos or less, is going to be more than enough for us today. It's very important that we have the right form and consistency with all our habits before we've earned the right to add or reintroduce intensity, such as by adding weight or going fast. And whether we're adding weight or not, let's pay close attention to the following checklist. Number 1, please make sure your device is fully charged or plugged in so we can get through this whole workout without losing you. Number 2, let's grab some water. Let's take a sip. And let's make sure we got our water nearby so we can take a sip as needed all throughout the workout. Number 3, I'm going to give everyone a 3, 2, 1, go countdown. And that's how you can synchronize your timer with mine if you choose to use one. Number 4, music. Super important. This is not a short one. We want a good number of jams that are going to keep us motivated throughout all of these 5 rounds to bring our A game and max out that score. So what's on your playlist? You can blast your music as loud as you want, as long as you can still hear me helping you throughout the workout. And lastly, how are we keeping track of these rounds? This is a 5-round workout. we're doing a bunch of V-ups and burpees. We're getting up and down all over the place. It's easy for the brain to get rattled and forget how much we've done in each round or what's coming up next, unless we're a teacher's pet. So if you came prepared with the workout written down on your whiteboard or maybe your digital, whatever version you are, let's go ahead and show that whiteboard on screen, and let's take that teacher's pet picture. So here we go, teacher's pet picture in 3, 2, 1. Awesome. I'm gonna bring the workout back on screen one more time, and then we'll get going. So in just about a minute, we are going to start this season premiere boss battle workout. In 3-minute rounds, we're gonna do 12 V-ups, 12 push-ups, 12 dumbbell power snatches, and then as many burpees, dumbbell facing burpees over the dumbbell that we can do until the 3 minutes are up, and then we're gonna rest 1 minute. And then we're gonna run this back again for a total of 5 rounds. Let's really make sure we're picking the right movements for us in order to get this work done and to have at least a minute of burpees each of those rounds. So we're looking to get through those 12 V-ups very quick. If we need to do the single leg version of the V-up or even just those single leg raises, let's do as many of those as needed until we get to the 12. On the push-ups, if doing 12 push-ups off the ground is going to take us a long time, let's do only a couple off the ground and switch to the incline, or even do all of them off the incline, whatever we can get through there pretty quickly. On the dumbbell snatch, we are not adding weight unless we've been earning badges. And even if we are adding some weight, let's pick a weight that we can cycle through those 12 snatches at least 3 in a row before having to switch arms, if not the full 6 and then 6. And then, of course, we are battling these burpees, choosing the most challenging version of the burpee that we can do, but that will still allow us to get a good amount of burpees done each round. So your score is going to be the amount of burpees you get done after the buy-in of 12 V-ups, 12 push-ups, 12 power snatches in these 3-minute rounds with a 1-minute rest in between for a total of 5 rounds. So if you are good to go, give me a thumbs up and then we will get this started. I'm going to give us a 10-second countdown, and then I'm going to highlight the twins to get us going. So here we go. Boss battle. 3 minutes on. And in the 3 minutes, we are doing 12 V-ups. 12 push-ups. 12 power snatches. And then as many of the dumbbell facing burpees as we can do until the 3 minutes are up. Starting in 10 seconds. Let's get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. And we are off on these V-ups. We are doing 12 of these, whether it's the double leg or the single leg, or maybe we're doing single leg raises. But love to see all the different options we have. And then after those 12, we are doing these push-ups all the way down, all the way up. And you know what? Maybe we need to break up this set. Maybe 12 is a lot, and we need to do like 3, 4 quick rests. But let's keep that core nice and tight. Let's avoid snaking and worming. And let's pick the version of the push-up that's better for us, whether we're doing it off an incline. But if we're doing all the reps off the ground, then let's definitely take breaks as needed to keep that core nice and tight. And then after those 12, boom, we are on these snatches here. Got twin 2 on that dumbbell already. Jumping it up, punching that back. And I recommend picking a good rep scheme, something like maybe 3 before switching your arm there. So 3s in a row. You could choose to alternate each and every rep if you like. But the sweet spot of getting a good amount of reps in and reducing the transition time is key, especially in a battle workout like today. And right on cue, we've got twin 1 dropping to the ground, choosing to do lateral burpees over the dumbbell. And that's perfectly fine given the space considerations. We use what we have, we do what we can. If we need to do lateral burpees, so be it. Mighty Mouse on these incline burpees, Deb on these incline burpees. Twin 1 choosing to do the lateral burpees as well. And we got Bubbles just in time for the 30-second warning here. Getting these burpees. So let's kick it in gear. We know we're going to have 1 minute rest, which should encourage us to push through the time. 10 more seconds. And 3, 2, 1, rest for 1 minute. Whew. And we are writing that score, recovering. And we're thinking to ourselves, man, I got 4 more rounds of this, but you know what? We're pacing ourselves. We're doing good. Right, Bubbles? That we are. And so let's get ready to go here. As we know, we've been doing this program for a while, some of us. Pacing is key. So hopefully we didn't come out too hot. We've got 4 more rounds to get it right. Let's manage that breathing. As we breathe, we want to breathe deep in through the nose. Feel that belly. Next round is starting in 10 seconds. Let's get ready. 3, 2, 1, and we are on it. Round 2. Whether it's single leg, double leg, whichever version is better for us. And I'd love to see the progress through this program. Many of us at this point have been doing this for years, and we've been progressively pushing outside our comfort zone, doing things that challenge us in different ways. Mighty Mouse with hybrid options, doing most of the workouts from the standing position. Maybe doing a couple more push-ups off the ground, but let's keep that core nice and tight. Lead with the hips. Twins on these push-ups. And then especially with a challenging bodyweight movement like this, then our rep strategy makes a big difference here. How are we breaking this up? But then after the push-ups, we grab that dumbbell, we get into the snatches. Punching that arm into the ear. Maybe we alternate each rep. Personally, I think 3s is a good strategy. But we are breathing, pushing, getting through this. But nice work there, guys. Keeping it close. Notice we do not want the dumbbell getting way out ahead of us. But let's drop. Let's get ready for these burpees here. Mighty Mouse on the burpees, Bubbles on the burpees. And we've got our 30-second warning. So let's get down, let's get up, let's get over. We are pushing hard. We are getting through this. 10 more seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Rest. That was round 2. Whew, this is a good time to check in. Let's hear from Deb. Now that we're 2 rounds in, that second round smacks you in the face, right? But how are we feeling so far?
Brutal, but it's a good brutal because I'm getting I got the burpees and the mountain climbers mixed up, and I was like, oh, I can't do that. But then I was like, oh no, maybe I could. So the first round I did it elevated, and so I got 12. I was like, woohoo! I was like, yeah, but the next round I got 7, because I did it. Oh no, 3. Sorry. I did it but it was good. So the next round I'm gonna try, because the more you do it, the more you get better at it. So that's what I'm gonna do. So
there we go. Let's get it done. We've got 10 seconds before this next round starts, so let's get ready for it. Round 3 starting in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Round 3 here. We're breathing, we're pushing, we're reaching. Whether it's double leg, single leg, by now, hey, you know what? Maybe we've made some adjustments and we realize, okay, I need to pick a different style move here in order to get a good amount of burpees in. And that's part of the experimentation that we are doing here. After these V-ups, moving on to some push-ups. Keeping that core nice and tight. No snaking, no worming. Deep breath in, bracing that core. Whether we're doing it off the incline, off the ground. But nice work. Let's go, let's go, let's go. After the push-ups, going for that snatch. Dab on the snatch. Mighty Mouse on this snatch. But we're breathing, we're pushing, let's move. Keeping that dumbbell close to the body. Nice work here. Keeping it close, using those hips, using those legs. And then after the snatch, getting these burpees in. Nice work here. Let's finish those snatches out. Let's get to the ground. Deep breaths here. And we are coming up on that 30-second warning for this round 3. Let's get down, let's get up, let's get over. Ten more seconds. Let's get another rep. Let's get another rep. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Woo! 3 rounds in. Bubbles feeling it. Let's check in with Bubbles. How you feeling after 3 rounds here?
Wish we were at the last round.
You know what? I definitely understand that feeling. But you know what? We're going there one rep at a time. We're chipping away. And let's just enjoy this rest. We're nasal breathing. We're feeling it in the belly. We are writing down that score, getting ready to go. So round 4 coming up here in just about 15 seconds. Let's stay on it. Round 4 starting in 3, 2, 1. Round 4. Reaching for those toes all the way down, all the way up. Now, round 4 in a 5-round workout is always what I consider to be the most important round. We're deep into it, we're tired, but it's not quite the last round yet. So it's easy to lose focus, but we don't want to do that. We want to stay on it. We want to do our thing and stay motivated. So let's keep our head in the game. Let's keep up with our rep strategy. We are moving. Keeping that core nice and tight on these push-ups. Then Mighty Mouse grabbing that dumbbell. Getting ready for the snatch. Keeping that arm close to the body, getting that bicep into the ear at the top. That's what we want to see. Twin one getting to that dumbbell. But nice work here, guys. We are putting the pedal to the metal. Staying focused in this 4th round. Mighty Mouse on these burpees. Deb on these burpees. Twins and Bubbles closing out some snatches. And just like that, we are at the 30-second warning here. So let's get down, let's get up, let's get over. Let's hit some burpees here. And then 10 more seconds. Three, 2, 1, and rest. Round 4. And let's check in with the twins. How we feeling over there? 4 rounds in.
A little tough, a little tired. Feeling the burn. Oh, last round. Here we go.
That's exactly it. Last round, best round. That is what we are heading into. So let's keep our head in the game. Let's really bring it all. Leave it all on the floor. There is nothing left. Nothing to be afraid of. We've got the round 5 starting in 15 seconds. Let's get ready. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Last round, best round. Deep breath every time, reaching for those toes. This is it. Let's see if we can shave a couple seconds off these V-ups. Shave a couple seconds off those push-ups. Shave a couple seconds off the snatches. And then, with that time, blast out an extra burpee or two. But even if it's just one more burpee, totally worth that effort. This is it. Leaving it all on the floor. We are doing our thing. Let's go, let's go, let's go. On these push-ups, keeping that core tight. Mighty Mouse on these snatches. Keeping it close, punching that arm into the ear. Boom. Treating that dumbbell like a heavy zipper. We're gonna close out some snatches, and then we're going to hit this last round of burpees. Mighty Mouse already on these burpees. 1 more minute left. This is where we dig deep. This is where we give it our all. Twin 1 getting down for this last round of burpees. Bubbles on these burpees. Deb on these burpees. 30 seconds left in this whole thing. Pedal to the metal. Pedal to the metal. And 10 seconds left. Let's get another rep. Let's get another rep. Let's get another rep. 3, 2, 1, and time. Man, not a moment too soon. Mighty Mouse happy to be done. Deb happy to be done. Bubbles on that happy dance. And the twins partying in the USA. Well, that was crazy as always. But now we're at the best part of the workout, which is the cool down stretch. And this stretch is super important to help us fight soreness, increase flexibility, so we can come back day after day, staying consistent and committed. So the first stretch we're going to do is the seated forward fold. So as the name implies, we're seated. We're reaching forward toward those toes. If we can't reach them, hey, that's cool. We're just reaching as far as we can. And while we're doing this, let's hear some high-low buffalo. Let's hear it first from the twins. And if we're doing this from the seated position, we're just reaching down toward the toes as close as we can reach. But what is your high-low buffalo, twins?
I think my high for the power snatches, low for my push-ups, so definitely want to get better at that. And then buffalo, just being able to join you guys, and then like we saw at round 4, we were pretty tired, but making through that 5th round is always a success.
For me, the high was the push-ups. The low was how slow I felt today. I felt like I was dragging. Buffalo was I was able to get more burpees in the last round, so I'm happy about that.
And there we go, last round, best round. And we just put our best foot forward. We put our strategy in there, and we do the best we can. Good job, twins. Let's go ahead and straddle it out. So we got the legs out to the side, and we are reaching forward like this. And while we're over here, let's hear from Bubbles. And if we're doing this from the seated position, we're getting those feet nice and wide and then reaching a little bit further down if we can. But what is your high-low buffalo, Bubbles?
Ooh, buffalo. This was a lot more challenging to do than it looked like on paper for me today. But interestingly, every movement I made it more challenging for myself. So usually I pick one movement and make it the most challenging, and then the other ones I kind of don't. But this one, I tried my push-ups from the floor. I did all my burpees from the plank position from the ground, and so I guess that's more of like high for me, is that I pushed myself through each movement that we did today. The low were definitely the push-ups, and my arms are burning. So I think that's my buffalo. I don't know what I expected to be burning today, but my arms are on fire. So it was amazing. Thank you, Coach.
That's what we want to hear. Arms on fire, lungs on fire. We're bringing the gas. Good job, Bubbles. Let's go ahead and let's move on to butterfly. Feet in, knees out. Let's flap these wings. And while we're doing this, let's hear from Mighty Mouse. And if we're doing this from the seated position, then we're going to get those arms out to the side and pull back like this. But what is your high-low buffalo, Mighty Mouse?
My high was the V-ups. I really didn't have a low, but my buffalo was the last round I was able to do more burpees for in the push-ups. But I also had to push myself because even though the rest was there, I was still getting tired around the last round, so I had to really push myself, but I was able to do that.
And that's what we expect to see from you. You are such a ninja, Mighty Mouse. We're inspired by your performance. Good job, especially with these hybrid options, doing most of the workouts from the standing position now. And let's go ahead and hit saddle here. So we're going to start in a kneeling position like this. We're going to sit back toward those heels. If we can reach back even just a little bit more, awesome. It helps a lot of people to have a towel underneath, or maybe even an extra towel or pillow in between the legs there. And while we're doing this, let's hear from Deb. And if we're doing this from the seated position, we're gonna get the hands on the shoulder blades and pull back like this. But what is your high-low buffalo, Deb?
My high was the burpees because like I said, I challenged myself each round, well, each station, so to speak. So the burpees I was determined to do them from the floor in a plank position, but that was good. It was, when you're a little thick, it's hard to get up, but we were handling the weight really good. And so, and each round I went down. So I expected that because after the push-ups, my arms were on fire, and I'm like, burpees, what in the world? But we got through them, and then it was the snatches. So it's just like arm. But so during the minute I was on the ground, I was like, I'm gonna take I am resting on the ground. So when you said 10, 3, 2, 1, I was already on the ground resting. So that was my high. That was my low in buffalo. So thanks, Coach, as always.
And thank you, Deb. Definitely a whole lot to unpack there, but lots of smart strategy. It's like, hey, you know what? We might as well just stay where we're ready to start that next round. And I really appreciate how you've been challenging yourself more and more, stepping outside that comfort zone with these movement options. Well, that's our WOD, that's our stretch, that's our high-low buffalo. You know what's left. The season premiere sweaty selfie. Because does this count if we don't take that selfie? Let's flex on the camera and let's get this selfie. Sweaty selfie in 3, 2, 1. And crazy face. And let's put the fist in the middle for the cheer. On 3, 2 claps, fit crew. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Big crew.
Big crew.
Crew. Thank you so much. If you enjoy this program, then please give this channel a subscribe, a like, and a share. Thank you very much, and see you next time.